Corey has a question.
Who does?
Corey
Corey.
Utterness. How
Okay.
many leads were you actively working with in those first 7 months, although zero transactions and zero GCI? So just like the number of clients that were calling in.
Oh, I'd have to look at that. I'd have to pull the exact number. I mean, the thing is that let's see. I mean, I could do quick math for you, but the thing is, I think we see pretty much consistent. We got our first deal under contract within about 90 days. And that's typically where we see everybody else. Everybody has about 40 to 50 subscribers after about 30 days. And that's whenever that's whenever their first calls start coming in usually. So calls are a little, they're definitely fewer in the beginning after probably usually not much between 30 days. After 30 to 60 days, there's more calls. And then 30 to 60 days, there's more calls from that 60 to 90 days. That's usually when they start working with clients. And then somewhere between 90 to 120 days to get deals under contract. So it's a little different, kind of the same though. But then you could have a situation like the Houston guys that got a call within 6 days and then something under contract within 3 weeks. That's the fastest we've seen it, but most people are still within that 90-day range. And again, like I said, whenever going through the course, it shortcuts all of that. So it's nowhere even near the 7 months. So the only reason I put that in there is to let everyone know how much time it took me to figure all that out, because you can do this on your own. I mean, you really don't need me, but it's going to take you a lot of time to dig through the thousands of YouTube videos, read the books, to develop a plan, to do all of that. But you can do that. I mean, that's the way I did it. I just consolidated all that into a very simple and easy to follow format for a real estate agent. So, I mean, I could pull the numbers, but I think really that's not really a necessary metric. The point is that you have to just continually create the content, and that's what compounds the calls.
Thank you.
Yep. Let me go to Vinny. I see Vinny, you got your hand raised.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Awesome. Listen, first of all, thank you so much for you being here, for taking the time. Talk about coming from contribution. That's awesome. I love your story. I have 2 active duty military boys right now, a sailor and a Marine. So I appreciate your service. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Some quick stuff here. So, okay. Are there videos in the DIY modules? So is there a video series, or is it all learn and go kind of stuff?
I mean, it's every single thing in there is a video. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, we have PDFs.
Okay.
The PDFs are, accompany the videos, but the videos walk you through everything.
Right. Perfect. Okay, cool. When you're filming, I mean, I'm expecting that you go through like an equipment needs list or whatever, like what you're filming with. Are you filming on your phone, or are you using like an EOS Canon or anything like that? You go through that kind of stuff as well.
Yep. But I show you how to do everything on an iPhone.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Awesome. That's it for me, man.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. I take you out in neighborhoods. I show you how I shoot neighborhood videos. I show you how I shoot office videos. I show you how I shoot screen share videos, and that's just really awesome. One section. So that's like that one section, how to shoot videos. There's at least 5 videos just in that one section. So.
Perfect.
Yep. You're welcome. Janai, I believe you're in Dallas. All right. Sorry. No.
Right.
Let's see. Arkansas, Florida. Okay. Any other questions? Go Celtics. Corey. All right.
There's a question about what's the recommendation for editing?
Yeah. So, I mean, a couple of different options. I've never edited a single video, so that's something I don't recommend the real estate agents to do, because I don't believe it's the best use of your time. I think for real estate agents, you should be creating content and negotiating contracts, really, or helping your team negotiate contracts, depending on your situation. So I've never edited a video. Chrissy has been with us since the beginning. She started out as our first editor. And, now she's, does everything else for us, but she runs our editing team, and we have actually put into place an editing team. Now, So we do that. We actually offer a turnkey service now because we were seeing real estate agents were getting through the course and then getting stuck there because, I mean, you can find an editor on Fiverr or Upwork or something like that, but you get what you pay for. You know, you can get videos edited as low as $20, but you're going to deal with time zone, language barriers, and probably trying to coach them and explain them how you want it done. And it's going to take 5 or 6 or 7 revisions. You know, it's extremely time consuming. On top of that, they don't know how to optimize a single video. And that's really more of the important piece on the back end, is not necessarily the editing. It's actually all the back end, the titles, the tags, the descriptions, the hashtags, the you know, the keywords, all of that we show you how to do that in the back end. So, you know, trying to get them to do it, or you'd have to do it yourself. Now, nothing wrong with that. Like I did that myself in the beginning, all the optimization, but I was able to transfer that skill to Chrissy so that not only after she edited videos, she could optimize videos. And then, you know, from there, then she was able to train a team so that we could offer that, just because agents kept getting stuck there because it's hard. You know, if you've ever hired a VA, that they do great work for 30 to 60 days and then usually disappear after you pay them once or twice, you know, and then also trying to coach them can be extremely difficult as well. So, you know, and so as far as the cost, I've also, you know, we tried to make that as very affordable as possible as well. So, and I haven't seen anything that comes close to it as far as price or even quality. So it's just a simple way to get that done. And so that would be something to do. Now, I've always had an editing budget since I started, because that I knew that was not my strong point. I knew that if I tried to edit a video, I would have quit after the first video probably, and I wouldn't be talking to you today. So that was just something that I did budget for in the beginning. And what I do like about editing budget is it's a fixed cost, versus marketing can be an extremely variable cost. And you can spend money on marketing, thousands of dollars sometimes in 1 month, and get nothing in return. So, you know, that's difficult to deal with. And any marketer will tell you, after you spend $3,000 and get nothing, they'll be like, look, just stay consistent. Go ahead and spend another $3,000 the next month, right? And you get into this endless cycle. And that's why most agents go out of business within their first 2 years, is because, you know, it's not because they're not good people and not because they didn't memorize the whole contract, but it's because they're not effective at lead generation. And relying on your friends and family or your sphere is not always enough. So, you know, and you can spend $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 on marketing, and probably there's a couple of you on here that have done that. You got nothing in return, and then it usually makes you a little gun shy about spending more money on marketing, right? So with an editing budget, it's like, okay, I know this is exactly what I'm getting. I'm getting this amount of videos, and I didn't do anything else. I didn't try. I was just like, I went all in on video and created as much content as I did, and just was patient, you know. Now that depends on your financial situation as well. You know, for me, I was fortunate to where, you know, I wasn't under pressure. So I needed to be patient and just worked on creating that content to build that out. And so, you know, that's what paid off. Oh, you graduated from Tarleton State. All right, cool. Yep. Then you know where Stephenville is, and you know exactly what I said was true, right? Now you could milk cows or ride bulls, or you could go to city limits and dance some country music, right, on Thursday nights.
Mm-hmm. I'd enjoyed it. I got my master's from there.
Oh, that's cool. Yep. Small
Hey,
market.
Levi.
Yep. Hey.
Hi. So the editors in your team, are they all in the US? Are they all US based, meaning broadband? In terms of connectivity, uploading videos is not an issue?
Well,
For
first
your
of all, you deal with Chrissy. So Chrissy's our manager, our client success manager. So she'll handle all of that. But no, we don't have any issues at all. And actually, if you want to talk through that, you schedule a call with her and she'll kind of explain the whole process. But that's not even something you need right now. You know, you need to go through the course. You need to create content, and at least, you know, create probably a month's worth of content, because, you you got to create the videos. Now that it doesn't hurt to create a couple of weeks worth and then get some videos over so they can get edited. But what I do recommend to people is to have a month's worth of content ready to go before you publish, just like I did, because that's where people, they publish 1 or 2 videos and then they get caught up in life. And it's better to record that month's worth of content first. And when I say a month's worth, that could be, if it's 2 videos a week, that's just 8 videos. So you need to film 8 videos, get that over to the editing team and let them edit it. Now, if you film a couple of them and you want to kind of get started, it does help you sometimes in the beginning, because if you're not used to this process, it's hard sometimes to visualize shooting a video and then how it comes together in the end. So that is something else that, it does help you understand how to film better. And as you get better in the process and work through that, you'll know how to start and stop and create videos that it's a lot easier to make. Because a lot of people ask me and they say, well, how do you make 15-minute videos or 20-minute videos? Seems like a long time, but I don't. I make 5 3-minute videos and those get edited together and that makes a 15-minute video. And I think anybody on here, you should be able to talk about any subject in real estate or your city or your suburbs or your neighborhoods for at least 2 to 3 minutes. And if and that's all you're doing. All I do is take little bits of information and talk about it for 2 to 3 minutes, and that gets edited together and you create a story with that. I mean, you create a process. You don't want it to be scattered and back and forth, but that's just part of telling smaller stories that end up in the bigger story of getting put together.
Also, one thing to say about the editing as well, just when you guys get to that point, everything that we do is extremely specialized on the team, which is way different than what you're going to find from some of the other areas that you look at, like Fiverr and stuff. We actually have a dedicated thumbnail team. We have a dedicated video editing squad. We have a dedicated SEO team. So everything that we do, it's like a specialized group of individuals. We have a lot of people involved in making your video the best it can be. And it goes through a ton of checks, me being the final check. And so we have about 4 different checks that every video goes through to make sure that everything's included. So you're going to get a really high quality video from everything that you do on our video editing squad. So just wanted to put that out there, because it is very different than the typical video editing team that you're going to run into. You're usually dealing with one person who's trying to do everything when you try to go through something like Fiverr or Upworks or something like that. And that's just not the way that we operate. We want to make sure that everything that comes out is the highest quality that you can get. So just wanted to mention that.
Yep. What's up, Bueller?
What's going on, Levi?
Good. How are you?
Great. Hey, so first, thank you very much for the presentation here and everything you've put together and your time, of course. I actually am scheduled, I imagine, with Chrissy tomorrow for a video editing. Initially, that's kind of what I was signing in for.
Okay.
I currently have 12 videos now. I'll have another 5 or 6 done this week. So if you're thinking of making a move here to Myrtle Beach area, whether it's in 9 days or 90 days, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. But either way, so I've got those kind of loaded up and ready. But Chrissy just really kind of answered maybe a good majority of what our conversation may be tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Good. Excited. Looking forward to seeing it. Check out the channel.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. What's up, Corey?
Hi, thanks again. Sorry, I have a couple questions. EXP is really big in our area. I'm in the Monterey area in California. I'm with Keller Williams, and I am a part of a small team with a guy that's been with Keller Williams since 2004. So I like, where I'm at, and I do like what EXP is doing out there as well. But as far as competition wise, how to, if I am to stay with, Keller Williams and pay for I would be more preferred to have the DWY program, how to separate from the competition if EXP is pretty heavily, their team is pretty big here. I know the amount of money that they spend on Zillow, the amount of, buyers agents they have, and all those types of things. How do I separate myself, from them with you and still remain a Keller Williams agent?
Well, I mean, it comes down to your personality. So that's ultimately video, you know, like attracts like. And that's the great thing about video is that the reason sales is so hard and real estate is so hard is because people can't deal with rejection, you know. And the great thing is nobody calls me to tell me they hate my videos and they're not going to work with me. So, but they do call me and say, hey, I loved your videos. I want to work with you. And YouTube shows me the top 15 channels that people watch. And they're all real estate channels. So I know our audience directly consumes 15 other channels on real estate, but they still call us. And what does everybody tell us? Well, I liked you. I liked your vibe. You kind of seem, they say these things all the time. They're like, oh, we just felt like this was a good fit. You know, people develop relationships with you through video, and those are going to be the ones that call you. So ultimately, it doesn't really matter about brokerage. It doesn't matter if somebody else has a channel. None of that. As long as you have the content out there, people are going to find it. Now, there is a difference on if you're creating one video a week and somebody's in your market creating 3 videos a week. You know, their videos are going to get, you know, they're going to outwork you. So you're going to have to ask yourself, what are you willing to do? And you're going to have to look at your market. And if there's 10 agents on YouTube, that's not even competition. What's funny to me is, I mean, and then people will pay for an ad to go in a magazine with like 100 other real estate agents, right? And in that magazine ad, and they think that's not competition, but 10 people. Right. Yeah. So the thing is that ultimately you have to just create the content, study your market, understand who's doing what, how do you do it better? And then, you know, do you have to do it more frequently?
Yeah, I just looked, there's like only 6 in my area. And for Carmel by the Sea, that, you know, that's not competition, you know, like you're saying, and just have to be personable, likable. And then obviously they probably search more than one person, right? If they're clicking and they're looking at different, they want to hear from maybe 2 or 3 or 4 different people's perspectives. And then that's how I gain their attention through the videos that you guys would help me produce. Thank you.
Exactly. Yep. You're welcome. Let's see. Small market would probably be easier. Yes, could be. Sorry, guys, got to run. Okay. Course shows us how to do editing. No, we don't cover editing in the course because I never did it. So I can't teach it to you. I do show you how to make thumbnails. I have made my own thumbnails, and Chrissy shows you how to make better thumbnails in her module. So my module is like how to make amateur, you know, thumbnails, and hers are how to make nice ones.
Well, and just to add to that too, like another reason we don't go into editing is because I mean, some people know how to use this, but we use Premiere Pro for our editing. And that's what they use Premiere Pro to create like cinematic movies that you see on the big screen. So it's very complicated for the average user, and it's just like way too much to try and teach in a module like this. So that's another reason it's just too in depth for us to try and go into that process. So.
All right. Any other questions?
John says, is there a honey badger, money badger discount?
Oh, all right, John. No. Sorry.
Like editing and thumbnails, they're different categories of add-on costs once you complete the course in order to have those avenues. I know you would set an editing budget. Is there any other types of categories that you would set a budget for in order to make it, you know, as strong as possible?
No, that's it. So, I mean, we don't have anything else to offer you from there. I mean, there's no, I mean, that's really all you need. That's what we've built everything off of over the last year. Just now we're in the process of working on some paid advertising, you know, because there's a couple of ways to do it. I've really dug in and tried to research how to do that without affecting the channel. And there's a couple of things that, you know, I'm exploring on there. And, you know, that may be something, if we add anything to the course, it gets added in. You have lifetime access. We don't charge for updates or anything like that. But I will say, you know, if you end up partnering with us, what we talk with our team is you just get a lot more in depth. Somebody today that's partnering with us asked if I would share my business model, and I said absolutely. So we do group calls and things like that because we do partner with people over across the country, and we train them on everything we do on the back end. I mean, there's a lot that we are working on and innovating on all the time, and so it's one of those things where we really open up the doors because at least through EXP, we do feel like we have a true partnership with our team, no matter which state they're in. And, our success is tied to your success. So, we open up the curtains on all that stuff, and we'll share business models, tactics. Just on our last call, I showed everybody what I was working on the paid advertising side of it, which we're going to start making that move towards that because we want to scale even more, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we've proven the organic model works, and you can do what you want to do, accordingly, so that you can scale YouTube however you want to scale that. If you want to be a solo agent, then it can be a successful business for you. If you want to have a team, then you can scale it accordingly. And you can do that just like we've done. I mean, we actually have 15 local agents now just on our team. And we had to do that because of the amount of business that compounded with that. So, that's just something that you can scale accordingly. And that's the great thing about YouTube is because it starts off as a progression. As long as you do things correctly, you can capture that market as it grows and grows and grows. Now, we show people how to do that, everything on the business side. I mean, the course is how to do YouTube and real estate. We don't get into a lot of the business behind the scenes on a lot of that stuff. So that's things that we just discuss with our partners. So.
Okay. And then just ballpark, what is a good editing budget to basically plan for if we were doing the amount of videos and creating as much content as you would ask?
Well, it's right here. Chrissy put the link in the chat, but this is what it is right here. So it just depends if you want 1, 2, or 3 videos a week. Again, everything's in there, but
Oh, thank you.
yeah, you're going to grow as fast as you create content. So if you do 1 video a week, I mean, the channel is going to grow slowly. If you do 2 videos a week, it's going to grow faster. If you do 3 a week, it's going to grow really fast. So, but yeah, 2 videos a week, that's 8 videos per month. You get everything done for you. I mean, for $9.97, again, I haven't seen anything better than that. So.
No, that's excellent. Thank you very much.
Yep. And that's what I would recommend people. If you're starting out brand new, or you're down to your last $3,000 to $4,000, I would absolutely say go all in on editing for 3 or 4 months versus I don't know what else you can spend $3,000 on. I mean, maybe you can turn over some Zillow leads or something like that, but if you don't, then you're out of luck.
Yeah, 6 months from now, you can look back and say you wish you did.
Yeah. Cool. And she put the link in there again in the chat one more time. So, but again, that's not even something I recommend you have to get right away. I'd say go through the course, create some videos first, and kind of go from